Hey everybody, welcome to lessonswithtroy.com. I'm Troy Brenningmeyer. Well, this week's lesson is called Blues Grooves. It's for either lap steel or dobro in open G tuning. I do have my Duesenberg lap steel here with a nice overdriven sound on it, but we're in GBD tuning from your thickest to your thinnest string. So everything I show you today, although I'm using an overdriven lap steel, you can definitely play it on dobro. And it's basically some of my favorite little bluesy grooves here. Let's go ahead and jump on into groove number 1. It's super easy, and I think you should be able to pick it up pretty quick. And we'll cruise on through this one. So if you have your tablature, it starts on the and of beat 3 and sounds like this. Now what you'll find in a lot of these grooves is I'm using some palm muting or palm blocking back here right over the bridge, to kind of mute out that low string. So here's the bridge right here. I just put the heel of my hand there, kind of curve my fingers over and then move it just a little bit in front of that bridge to get it to where I can really cut that off and make everything I play real rhythmic. And you especially want to do that if you have an overdriven lap steel like this, because there's just so much ringing out and overdriven sounds and everything coming off that. Okay, this next groove is one of my favorites, and I'll probably say this with every one of these grooves because they're so much fun to play. Okay, so groove number 4, I use it when I'm playing rolling and tumbling. So let me go ahead and play this groove. Let me slow it down because you can play it slow or you can play it fast or medium, whatever. I'll do it slow. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, and... Isn't that a fun one? That's a really fun one, and it has a lot of this muting, right? Notice how I cut off notes kind of short, boom, to really add that rhythmic part to that groove. Okay, so let's just break this down into little sections so you can get it, right? Okay, so here's the first part. Here's the first part. We'll break it down as simple as that, right? Right, thumb on your 6th string. Now this is measures 9 and 10 of your tablature too, if you're looking for this in your tab. Notice the mute. So I'm just, you gotta kind of feel that and feel when your hand can kind of mute that out, right? And these muting, it can be a little bit tricky, to have your fingers curved like this, so you still are getting that palm to come right in front of the bridge. So here's the first part of that lick. There's the next part. Notice how it's open 3rd string, open 6th, and then 4th and 3rd string. So let's just get that much grooving, right? And what we're going to do is we're just going to build on that. Now, let's add this next part, and this will be all of measure 9 then. We got, right at the end of measure 9, we've got that. We're picking our 6th string and 4th string, and we're hammering on to fret 3 on our 4th string. And we're hitting open third string, open fourth string. So we add that to what we've played so far slowly. So there's the first part. And we added, right, open third string, open sixth, and then double stop my fourth and third string. That both those things together is. And now we're going to add that little part to it. So here we go. And now you can just repeat that measure 9 over and over again before you get into measure 10, right? Because that measure 9 is a groove in and of itself. So let's just groove out on measure 9. We'll repeat that. Here we go. Notice the vibrato that I use on the 3rd fret because I'm kind of letting that ring out. And anytime you're playing blues, it's good to really get your vibrato happening to where it's not too crazy, not too fast, right? Not too out of tune. I like to play it in tune first and let it naturally bloom. That's when I'm happy with my vibrato, at least. Sometimes if I'm nervous, I go right into the vibrato and forget that I'm supposed to play the note in tune first, you know? Okay, so now we're going to add measure 10 into that groove. So we got... which it's pretty much... it's quite a bit like it, except right at the top of measure 10, we do a thumb, index, middle. And by the way, almost all of this, really all of this is on your power chord position, string 6, 4, and 3, right? And that's so 6, 4, 3, and then 3rd fret. Okay, so this is a little bit different there at the end. So let me show you that. Here's what it sounds like in time. So after you grab that 3rd fret, 4th power chord, let's say, strings 6, 4, and 3, open 3rd string, open 6th string, and then you do 3rd string, 4th string, and slide in from 2 to 4, and then that open 3rd that we did in the last groove. So let me just play that slowly and check out the tab if you have it. Now, another thing you can do on some of this stuff, anytime you have a break, you could do like a muted thumb kind of thing, like. See, where I normally have that rest in the tablature, where I wouldn't play anything, you can let your bar off and just kind of add a mute there. And that adds to like a chicken picking muted kind of thing. Right? Okay, so measures 9 and 10 together sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... slower. So yeah, that one might be a little tricky for you at first, but break it down like I did, one little part at a time, making sure you're playing in rhythm, each part in rhythm, and then try to get it to where you can loop one measure, and then try get the other measure worked out, loop that other measure, and then try to combine them and loop both. So once again, measure 10, which is a little tricky. And here's measure 9. And keep in mind that hammer on, you got to have your bar tilted up, fingers out of the way of the other strings. Okay, let's go ahead and move on.